Alrighty then. What is all this? So Zero's identity has finally been revealed. Now I know what some of you are probably thinking. That's bullshit. This is bullshit. There's no way for anyone to know there was a hidden old man amongst Q Team. Well, in my hands, I have a list of almost every hint, clue, and bit of foreshadowing to the fact that Q Team had 4 members, Sean was not Q, and that Q was an old man named Delta, who was Zero, who orchestrated this whole game. And while I probably have no idea what most of this will mean, I'm going to read it to you anyway. Well, sorry, I had to snort a bit of cocaine there. Where the first 2 Zero Escape games had a nonary game with 9 participants, Zero Time Dilemma has a decision game with 10 participants, where the deci in decision means 10. Is this really a thing? Jesus Christ. The number 10 is everywhere in the game. Teams are awake for 90 minutes, 9 times 10. There are 10 lockers in the Monty Hall problem decision. The Roman numeral for 10 is X, and there are X passes and an X door. Oh, okay, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm just reading the next one. I didn't even know that. On Twitter, there were 10 tweets total. 8 of them reveal the participants of the game. Sean was not revealed in any of the tweets, as the tweet would have to give his real name. A lowercase delta looks like an upside down Q. In the game's logo, there is a Roman numeral for 4 where the 6 should be on the clock. Delta is the 4th letter of the Greek alphabet, and he is also the 4th member of Q Team. When you add the 4 and the 6 that should be on the clock together, you get 10, the number of participants. Who the fuck came up with this for real? This is ridiculous. At the beginning, when asking why they're here, Mira jokes about
someone's one-night mistake.
A mistake?
Maybe Diana's.
Which ended up being true, as Zero is Diana's son. When winning the coin toss, Carlos appears to know who Zero is. This is because he realizes that Q is missing.
I know. You're...
Q Team is surprised when Q is named leader due to his disabilities, as opposed to Sean being a child.
As evidenced by the name, the leader is Q.
Hey, wait!
Is this a joke?
The hidden reason Eric is so suspicious of Sean is because Sean is the only one who is not on the X-Pass board. The reason Gab is at DCOM and has a medicine bottle around his neck is because he is a blind person's helper dog, specifically Q's helper dog. While Q Team is at the bar and the lounge, there are 3 drinks out, despite the fact that Sean can't drink anything with his helmet on. The 3rd drink is for Delta. Despite Phi and Sigma being unable to move the Force Quit box, Sean is able to lift it and turn it with ease, because he's actually a robot. Whoa, I'm getting all... So that's not a helmet on, then that's his head. Sean asks where they all came from.
We all lived together in that compound for 5 days.
As opposed to saying we both lived at DCOM.
C-Team and D-Team were there too. But not you. You weren't there.
He is including Delta when he says all. He also points out that Sean was not there. Despite not being at DCOM, just edit that pause out. When Diana relays the message saying 6 people are dead and only 3 subjects are left, DCOM doesn't question the math, as once you include Delta, there were in fact 9 subjects at the DCOM facility. Carlos calls out for Mira and Eric, but not for Q, as he believes that Q is deaf. Whenever Q Team is put to sleep, there are 4 thumps heard instead of 3. When Q Team is killed by the hydrofluoric acid, you can actually hear 2 adult male screams. Furthermore, there are 3 resulting piles of flesh, despite Sean being a robot. The reason Zero isn't in his hidden study room when Q Team is investigating it is because he is already a part of Q Team. While Sean has a portrait in the study, he does not have one on the status screen, as he is replaced by Q, referring to Delta. The fragment where the 3-way standoff occurs is called Triangle, and the Greek letter Delta is a triangle. And the ending where Sean tries to kill Mira, Mira will shoot twice. Once at Sean and once at Q, before the announcement that Q, among other people, are dead, despite Sean still struggling to be alive after the announcement.
Mira.
If Eric shoots a grenade at Sean, it kills both Sean and a nearby Delta. You can see the smoke rising from where Delta lies dead. The truth is invisible. This anagram refers to Delta being hidden from the player's view. If you tell Eric that Q killed Mira, Eric will say,
"Oh, that's clearly impossible."
But if you input Sean, or me, he'll say,
I see. I knew it was you.
The old man in the wheelchair that Eric mentions.
Like the chair-bound old man. He put us in a difficult position on purpose, to observe how we'd get out.
When Mira stabs Eric and Sean, Q is never announced as dead. I remember that scene, yeah. Many scenes involving Q Team have shadows of Delta coming into view, such as here, 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 and here. I'll be darned. Together with me, Delta, we are 10. This is an anagram that Akane solves, followed by Junpei realizing that Q is not dead.
Q is alive. We are 10. What? No.
Zero states in a recording that in this timeline he was executed by Carlos. This is the timeline that Q Team was given 2 votes and was executed because Carlos went against the plan. Winning the coin toss reveals that nobody seems to know who Sean is, despite the rest of the game suggesting the opposite by having characters reference Q. Junpei stating,
Even Q. He couldn't even see or hear when...
this refers to Delta, as C-Team does not even know about Sean, but they do know Q, as he was at DCOM. Sean, however, wasn't. Despite Junpei referencing Q, nobody recognizes the robot that attacks them. Sean says,
I consider all of you very important to me.
when referring to the rest of Q Team, as he has not met C or D Team, as opposed to saying, you are both important to me. This implies that there is someone in addition to Eric and Mira that Sean is referring to. In the ending leading to VLR, D-Team wonders why such a small child is here, indicating that they didn't even know Sean was in the game. This occurs again when Sean is woken up from his pod.
Why is such a small child here?
wearing some kind of weird thing.
While Diana and Sigma are trapped in the shelter alone, this is the status screen for the players. After Phi and Delta are born, however, not only does Phi appear as alive in this screen, so does Q, despite Q Team being executed in this timeline. If you choose wrong in telling Eric who Zero is, he kills Sean and then shoots 3 times. Once for Sigma, once for Diana, and once for Delta. You can even see Delta's pool of blood coming from off screen. Q's X-passes throughout the game are Age, representing he's an old man, Self, representing Q's multiple identities, I, referring to Zero, watching them all, and Bro, representing that Zero is Brother, founder of Free the Soul. When Q Team kills the other 2 teams by pressing the button, Gab is found chained to a pole, but instead of trying to remove the chain from Gab, they try to remove it from the pole. This is because the other end of the chain is actually tied to Q. Q being left behind is also the reason that Sean decides to stay in this ending. The yellow endings are actually S endings for Sean, while the other green fragments refer to Delta. For all of Chris's dialogue, if you look at the log, you will find that Gab appears as Chris's portrait.
Yeah, I don't really know why this is here, I just felt like it was worth pointing out. I'm pretty sure it's meant to fuck with us.
This scene of Eric supposedly talking to Gab when he is actually talking to Q.
What do you think, old man? C-Team's gotta be alive, right?
What are you doing, Eric? He's not gonna answer you.
Hey, you don't know. Maybe he...
Can speak?
In the 3-way standoff, if you put Q, it asks for Q's name. If you put Sean, you will get an error, and if you put me, the game states that you can't commit suicide. Inputting Q's name as Delta will get you this mind-fucking scene.
I'm really sorry.
Sean, you...
Out of all your choices, you kill him?
Addendum Foreshadowing. This is yet another destiny.
Finally, what is probably the most amazing clue the game has to offer by far, Zero Time Dilemma is an anagram for me, I'm Zero, I'm Delta. And this has been Matt Rocks 101. I'm so fucking glad I don't have to record this shit anymore.